In preparation for the inevitable Kanto remake next year, we're ranking every single Gen 1 shiny, baby.
Butterfree, go!
Yo, whoa, what is going on YouTube? It's your boy Dan, aka A-Drive, bringing you guys a brand new video today, and today we're ranking every single shiny Pokemon in Generation 1. I was joking about the Kanto remake, but there very well may be some sort of a master collection. If you enjoy these ranking type videos, be sure to hit that like button down below. Subscribe to the channel if you guys are new. I post Pokemon videos every single day. You do not want to miss the hype train for 2021 right here on youtube.com/adrive. But without further ado, let's jump into these shinies. We've actually ranked Gen 8 and Gen 4. Now we are doing Gen 1. You can leave a comment down below whether you agree, disagree, or what gen you want to see next, and let's break it down. The Gen 1 shiny Pokemon. All right, you already know how this works. We got God tier, super good, decent, disappointing, and garbage. And I love that this actually has kind of the OG sprites. Well, I think they're the fire red, leaf green sprites, and they're totally not in order. So we're just gonna do what we can and get it started. Voltorb going straight to God tier. One of my absolute favorites. I mean, there's no hesitation on this one. I think Voltorb and Electrode in that blue looks so good. Execute, I'm gonna say, is disappointing. The golden, actually I'm gonna put him in decent. The golden eggs aren't bad. Executor has a really cool like orange kind of rusty color on it, so I don't hate it. I think Cubone's kind of disappointing, and Marowak is garbage. I hate that ugly green. I think it looks dumb. Marowak's ugly. Alola Marowak way better. I don't want to hear any debates about it. Hitmonlee, garbage. Hitmonchan, super good. I'll give it to him. Hitmonlee, again, garbage green shiny. Hitmonchan got them great boxing gloves that are blue. I think he's super good. Maybe decent, but he's all right. Lickitung is disappointing. No one even remembers that thing's a Pokemon. His tongue should have been a different color. I don't want to hear any naysay about it, okay? Coughing, God tier. You didn't see it coming, did you? You know you didn't. God tier Coughing is beautiful shiny. I wish the Galarian one kind of captured that, Galarian Weezing. It doesn't. Weezing, another God tier shiny. I love it. I honestly love it. The purple and that ugly green color somehow comes together to just make an incredible shiny. I've always thought that Coughing and Weezing shinies were super good. Caterpie, you know, straight gold shinies are always a little bit kind of okay, but I'm a big Caterpie guy. I love the gold and then the kind of the red little triangle on them. Not bad. Rhydon, garbage. Rhyhorn, decent. The kind of, same kind of like Executor vibe, right? That coloring on the Rhyhorn actually looks really clean. The Rhydon is such a garbage shiny though, and Rhyperior doesn't go much better than that, unfortunately, so kind of an unfortunate situation. Chansey, I'm gonna put in disappointing. I hate shiny Chansey. It's like spoiled eggs, but it's not terrible. Tangela, I'm gonna put in decent. As much as I kind of tend to dislike green shinies, Tangela actually looks pretty good. That's a different color green. It's like a brighter green, so I dig it. Kangaskhan is disappointing. I don't really care about that. I don't really like Horsey, and Seadra actually looks okay in the newer games with shiny, but again, very lackluster shiny sprites. The teal is kind of meh. Goldeen and Seaking are straight garbage. Not only are they garbage Pokemon that no one actually wants, but they're garbage shinies as well, not even worth hunting. Super good. Metapod. Metapod, baby. He's orange. The New York Metapods. Who remembers them? God tier. Staryu. Everybody knows about Staryu. This is a beautiful shiny. It actually is incredible. I wish Starmie was as good. I'm going to put it in super good. I think Staryu is God tier. I think Starmie is, it's okay. I think it's okay. Mr. Mime, I'm going to put in disappointing. I don't think it deserves garbage. It's not terrible. Again, I'm not a big green shiny fan. Scyther, garbage. Garbage. I love Scyther. I really do. It's one of my favorites. But this shiny is absolute garbage tier. It's actually trash. Seriously, he's got like pink red kneecaps. He looks so dumb. At least Scissor looks good when it's shiny to some extent. If you like, again, green shinies, I'm very iffy about them. But Scyther is very disappointing. They could have done a million things with that. Jinx, garbage. Electabuzz, garbage. Magmar, garbage. I'm not messing around today, people, all right? These are all garbage tier shinies. They really are. Like, they're not even good. I'm not even gonna like pretend like they're good, because they're not. They're not. They're all bad. They're all, maybe I'm being a little harsh, but they're all bad. Pinsir, that's a super good shiny. That's a good one. I love the blue on it. Pinsir's a pretty bland Pokemon in general with its color scheme, so its shiny form really allows it to pop, right? It's got that blue, it's got that super cool colored horns. Love it. Great color scheme. Potentially could be God tier, to be honest, but I'm gonna put it in super good. Tauros is disappointing. Again, another one where I could probably say garbage, to be honest. Very disappointing. Magikarp, I feel like lost its luster because it's such like, Magikarp and Gyarados are two shinies that I think are actually really, really good. And you could argue Gyarados to be God tier, but Gyarados and Magikarp kind of get the shaft a little bit because they're like that shiny that no one really cares about because they're given to us so many times. Like, it's so easy to get a free shiny Gyarados. So that's the thing there. Butterfree, I'm gonna put in super good. Always love those green eyes, man. I always felt like those green eyes were super solid. Really, really epic. Lapras, I'm gonna put in decent. I like the purple. I think it looks really good. Really cool contrast. A lot of water shinies are purple though, but Lapras kind of pulls it off. Ditto, God tier, baby. I love Ditto shiny. That blue looks so clean. You can't really do much with Ditto, right? You either make it one solid color or that, I mean, that's really it. So it's a very simple shiny, but I love Ditto. Shiny Ditto is incredible. Eevee, I actually think is decent. I don't hate Eevee. It's a very basic shiny. Just white color palette, not anything crazy, but I don't hate it. Vaporeon is kind of, I'm gonna also put in decent, another one of those kind of pinkish purple shinies. I've never been a Jolteon shiny fan, I'm so sorry. And Flareon goes to the garbage tier for shinies. Again, they really shafted the evolutions. Umbreon is the only evolution, and maybe Sylveon, that even are decent. Umbreon would be God tier in my opinion when we get to that, but Porygon, this is tough. Either God tier or super good. I'm gonna put it in super good. I really like Porygon. That's a great shiny. Lord Helix, I'm gonna put in decent with Omastar. They're kind of, you know, okay. Weedle is pretty disappointing. He really lacks any sort of greatness to him. Kabuto, I do not like Kabuto and Kabutops shiny at all. Not even gonna pretend like that I like them. Aerodactyl is very disappointing. This is a shiny that I think could have been so epic. They could have gone the blackout route like Charizard. They could have done a lot of things, and Aerodactyl just, it gets the shaft there. Same with Snorlax, man. Disappointing. I mean, it's not garbage because I do like the shade of blue they use, but it's very disappointing. And now it's just, gosh, I hate these birds shiny so much. Oh, I hate them so much. Okay, they're all bad. They're all bad. Even Moltres, which is the only one that even has a difference to it, all bad in my opinion. I hate the bird shiny so much. I really do. Dratini, I would say, is decent. Dragonair is not bad as well. I think these are both okay. Dragonite, I feel like could have been so much better. So I'm gonna put it in disappointing. I really felt like Dragonite could have been so much better. I don't hate it like to the every core of my being, but I very much so dislike it. Kakuna is another one that's like kind of like Weedle, right? It's like, it's really bad, dude. It's pretty bad. Mewtwo, I'm gonna put in decent. I'm not a big fan of Mewtwo shiny. It's pretty iconic at this point. I don't think it's terrible. Again, there was limited things they could have done. Mew, I'm actually gonna put in super good. I do love Mew. Mew and Ditto are kind of the same though. So maybe it should go in God tier. I'm gonna put him in God tier. I'm gonna put Mew in God tier. I'll do that. Beedrill is an incredible one. This is one where like, dude, I don't know. Beedrill, it could be God tier. Yeah, I want to put Beedrill in God tier. I am. I love those blue eyes. I love the contrast of the black stripes with like that super lime yellow green color. The blue eyes are really what make Beedrill though, in my opinion. Now we've got some kind of disappointing stuff here. I don't think Pidgeot's is bad though. Like when he's fully evolved, he looks kind of cool with the gold on him. I'm not a huge hater. It's all good. Rattata, very, very disappointing. Bulbasaur, I actually quite like. I'm gonna be honest. I quite like Bulbasaur. I'm gonna put him in decent. Raticate is bleh, bleh. Spearow, Fearow, both just, they look so bad, dude. But here we got some good stuff actually. Ekans, I'm gonna put in decent. Arbok, I'm putting in God tier. Yes, I am. Arbok goes to God tier. I love this shiny. I've always felt like that gold looks so clean on it, and I've always felt like the contrast with its tongue and everything else going on. Beautiful shiny. I really, really always have liked that one. We've got a lot of shiny still. My goodness, Gen 1 is packing here. Pikachu, I'm gonna put in Pikachu and Raichu are just very disappointing. Sandshrew is okay. It's also disappointing. Sandslash, however, is going to super good. I've always loved shiny Sandslash. I love those red spikes on its back, those red quills. Look super good. Nidoran female, I would say, is disappointing. Ivysaur is decent. It's not anything crazy. The Nidos are pretty bad. And actually, Nidoqueen is very disappointing. I'm going to put very disappointing here. These Nidos, however, have much more going for them, and so much so, I'm actually gonna put Nidoking in super good. Big fan of Nidoking shiny. I quite like it a lot, actually. Clefairy and Clefable are very simple. I do like the green on them because I think it's a nice touch. Vulpix is kind of a garbage shiny, but it is made up with the God tier Ninetales, an incredible, incredible shiny. I don't even really like Ninetales regular. I like the Alolan one a lot. The silver on Ninetales is phenomenal. Jigglypuff, Wigglytuff, both kind of meh. Venusaur is also, I mean, it goes in a decent for me. I do like how Venusaur shiny is. It's very basic though. Zubat and Golbat, I actually really like these guys. I know some people do not. I'm gonna put Golbat in super good because I love the contrasting pink. Zubat doesn't quite have as much, but I do love Golbat shiny, so I'm gonna give that there. Oddish is pretty disappointing, Gloom, but Vileplume has a really beautiful orange color, and that's gonna put it in the super good tier. There's a lot of green shinies in this gen. It's gonna put it in the super good tier. I do quite like Vileplume. Paris is very disappointing. Parasect is garbage. I really wish it was better. This is one that I think is gonna shock the world right now. I really think that Venonat is a God tier shiny. I really do, I really do. I love those blue eyes. I love them. Much like Beedrill, Venonat nails it. That contrast is phenomenal. And Venomoth, while I don't think has the same appeal for me, does go into super good tier. Beautiful shiny. I love Venomoth shiny. Charmander is very disappointing. It is very disappointing. Diglett and Dugtrio are gonna go into decent. They're both good. I like the blue nose. Meowth and Persian are straight garbage. Psyduck actually getting some love. Gonna go into decent. I do quite like Psyduck. Golduck goes into garbage just on contrast alone because it should have been gold. Like how do they mess that up, dude? I don't know. Mankey and Primeape are both terrible. Arcanine and Growlithe, I'm gonna put in disappointing. I feel like Arcanine could have been so much better, dude. So much better. I'm not a big fan of its shiny. Charmeleon, another one where I kind of hate it so much that it's not better, so it goes in disappointing. Poliwag is garbage. Poliwhirl looks a little bit better. Poliwrath is decent, but they should have done it with the whole line. They should have done the green the whole way through. Abra, Kadabra, both bad. Alakazam at least gets to disappointing. Could have been a much better shiny, dude. They could have done so much more. Maybe you could argue decent. Maybe. Machop is garbage. Machoke is okay. Machamp also, I'm not a big fan of Machamp shiny. It looks very, very washed out in the new games. Just does not look super good. Bellsprout actually isn't bad. Like, I don't hate Bellsprout shiny. Charizard, garbage. No, I'm just playing, dude. Everyone knows Charizard's God tier. Like, I don't even have to talk about it. Best shiny of all time. Maybe not of all time, but it's a great shiny. It used to be green and kind of purple, actually, believe it or not. Purple Charizard. But no, I know Charizard's memed on, dude. Everyone loves Charizard or hates Charizard. It's the most overrated Pokemon. I love Charizard, I'm not gonna lie. It is the perfect shiny. I mean, you really can't do better than that. It's beautiful. That's it. I think Weepinbell is very disappointing, but I love Victory Bell shiny. I really do. I'm putting it in super good. Sleeper pick, never would have expected that one. I love the blue ring around its mouth. I love the gold leaf. Looks really good contrasting with each other. Tentacool and Tentacruel are actually great shinies. I don't think this sprite does it justice, but I actually think that Tentacool and Tentacruel go into super good, believe it or not. I love that blue and that green contrast. It looks so great. Geodude is good. I'm gonna put that in the decent section. I think the whole line kind of goes decent, to be honest. I think the Geodude Graveler line isn't bad. I mean, I think it looks good for what they are. Again, very simple color palettes, like Rhyhorn and Rhydon, but they actually have decent shinies, which is nice. Ponyta! Oh, baby, one of the best. One of the best. God tier. Love it. Rapidash, not so much. I do not think Rapidash is God tier. I think it's decent. I think Rapidash is decent. I think Ponyta, God tier. Rapidash, meh. They should have kept the same blue. Would have been way better. Slowpoke, garbage. Squirtle, I actually like Squirtle. You can't see it shiny from this picture, but it's got the green shell. I love the green shell. Slowbro is disappointing. For some reason, I just don't like it that much. Magnemite is disappointing. Magneton is disappointing. Farfetch is garbage. Doduo, Dodrio, garbage. Seal Dugong, garbage. Grimer and Muck are okay. They're not bad. This shows off the shell right here. I love it. I love it, actually. I do love the shell on Wartortle and Squirtle. It's great shiny. Shelter's got a great shiny, guys. It really does. Gonna bring it up to the super good tier. And I actually quite like Cloyster as well. I think Cloyster's a good shiny as well. I'm gonna put that in the decent tier. I think that blue looks really good. That's one where it's a subtle difference, but that blue makes it really pop. Then we've got Ghastly, and I am a massive Shawnee Ghastly fan. I really am. God tier. That's right. I put it in God tier because I love Shawnee Ghastly. Looks like a fried egg in this picture. Haunter is okay. I'm gonna put him in decent. Gengar drops the ball. Goodbye, garbage. Onyx, meh. Drowsy is just weird. I don't like it. Krabby is okay. Put it in disappointing. Kingler, I'm gonna put in decent. I don't really like Krabby and Kingler Shiny that much. I do like Kingler, but nah. And then Blastoise is our final pick, and it's gonna go in the decent tier. So that is it. I just ruined so many childhoods right there with my ranking of the Shinies. And we've got Voltorb, Electrode, Coughing, Wheezing, Staryu, Ditto, Mew, Beedrill, Arbok, Ninetales, Venonat, Charizard, Ponyta, Ghastly, taking the top spots for this week. Some really good, notable super goods. I think if I were to evaluate the super goods and maybe tweak anything up, I would maybe make an argument that you could say Butterfree or Pinsir could go up to God tier, maybe Porygon. And then in terms of decent, maybe making one of these go up. I feel pretty good about this list, actually. I feel pretty good. I think there's a lot to be said about like the OG Blastoise sprite with that green. It looks really good with that green. And I also would say, no, I feel pretty good. I feel pretty good about this list. Maybe a little different than what you guys would have expected, but you guys can find the link to the tier maker in the description below. Hit that like button down below. Let me know, do you agree, disagree? What are you feeling? What gen should we do next? Let me know, guys. Subscribe to the channel if you guys are new, like the video, and that's that from me, guys. My name is Dan, I also go by A-Drive, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace. If you guys enjoyed this video, definitely check out this one right here. Otherwise, this video is pretty awesome too. Check out one of these or you'll never see a shiny again.